Hi, I'm artist. You're an artist. Are you getting bored of your usual art study? Just copy and paste references? Perhaps looking for a way to spice it up? Allow me to introduce you to painting over photos. So literally, as the name says, to do this study you find photos that you like and paint over them. And you can paint pretty much whatever you like on them. And the only goal here is trying to make it look as natural and seamless as possible. Like as if whatever you add on there is part of the original photo. As long as you can do that, you are all fine and dandy. So how can you find photos to paint over? Personally, I use stock photos mainly because I will post them on here, which technically does make me some money, and I also want to make them into prints in the future. So in short, I want to use them to make money, aka commercial uses. So that's why I will just stick to free stock photos and Creative Commons ones. But technically, you can use any photos that you like as long as you ask for permission to use that photo. Or you can take your own photos too, of course. And if you never done this before and don't know what kind of photos you should look for, I would recommend looking at cloud photos. These always are the easiest to look at and go, oh, that's a dog, that's a face, an ice cream, or something else, depending on your brain, of course. For some reason, cloud shapes are really good at making us think of something like that. Or maybe it's not just cloud, more like weird shape in nature in general, the way they're making our brain thinking of other things like that. Yeah, associating? Yeah, maybe. Like associating with other stuff. But well, anyway, if you don't know where to start, try some cloud photos. And then when you are a little bit more familiar with the exercise, you can browse and branch out to more different types of photos. So why should you do this kind of study? What kind of benefits do you expect from it? Because, it is studying after all. We do kinda need to get something out of it, So first and foremost is learning the technicality of how lighting works. Because our goal is to make the additional stuff look like a part of the original photo as much as possible, you do need to take a good look and really study how the lighting in the photos works. And then apply that knowledge to paint what you want on top. The most basic information would be the position of the main light source, like where the light was coming from and where the shadow would be. And then the more advanced things would be ambient light, like how all the light from the light source would be bouncing everywhere and how that would affect the object you decided to put in, aka how those light would be bouncing onto your object. Which actually is something pretty complicated, but at the same time very important to make your stuff look convincing. So I will leave some videos I find really helpful about this topic down below in the description box. Two were by Makobuchi and another one was by Lighting Mentor. Both explained and broke the ambient light topic down in a really easy to understand way. And not gonna lie, the study we do today does remind me of an exercise recommended in one of the Makobuchi videos, which was putting a sphere in a photo and making it look like it belonged there with light and shadows and stuff, which again basically is the same goal we have here. Was I subconsciously affected by it and made this paint over photo study thingy? Well, whatever. Those are really good videos. Go watch them and you will understand lighting a lot better. The second benefit I would say is stimulating your imagination and creativity, which is something kinda as important as mastering the technicality side of art, or maybe even more. Well, depending on who you ask. Anyway, the first round of stimulation is when you look at the photo and you go, oh, I'm seeing something in there. For example, the piece past me was working on over here, as you can see, was originally a cloud photo. And I saw a face from side view in there, so I put that in. And this is where the second round of stimulation begins. Sometimes it gets me think about a backstory to explain why the characters are in the position that they are. Like, who are they, what happened to them, why were they here, etc. And this is what my brain did when I painted these three studies. What kind of story, you may ask? Well, please pay them a visit if you are interested. I could link them on the top left of the screen. And some other times, it gets me think about some kind of characters, well, like design, Like, it kinda similar to the one mentioned above, but with a little bit less backstory focus and a little bit more on their designs, just like the one you are seeing on screen right now. At first it was just a face from the side view, but for some reason my brain went, how about a jester / clown adjacent theme? This would look pretty good with some bright yellow and red, you know? And I was like, oh, why not? So that's why they got this kind of makeup, light blue eyeshadow with beaded eyelashes, bright red teardrops, and blue lipstick. And I also painted this kind of slightly uncanny smile, partly because there was a little shadow right there, and partly because a creepy smile seemed pretty appropriate for this jester theme in my opinion. And in fact, I was so fascinated with this face to the point that I even made a quick little concept sketch for them as well, like something I never did before, and maybe someday I should develop this concept further, because I see potential, you know. Another example was this little lady I painted based on this water drop photo. Yeah, water drop. And she is the first contestant for this video, by the way. And at first, looking at this, I just saw a cape flying in a really beautiful motion. And then for some reason, again, bridal veil, mushroom, and witch jumped into my brain. So maybe a young witch in training leaving her hometown to study the power of mushrooms? Maybe? Why? I don't know. That was what my brain came up with, and I'm not questioning anything. But unfortunately, the scale of this study was getting out of hand, and also very sadly, I don't think she would make a very good thumbnail on this channel. So that's why she is in this work in process whip state. Yeah, very sadly, but I love how her face came out in this one though. So maybe I should make a post about her or something. Yeah, cause she looks cute. Like, look at her. Anyway, the point is that this study is really good at making you unleash your creativity. So in a way, a pretty good exercise to do when you are encountering art block. Like, it's not as creatively demanding as coming up with original idea from scratch. You know, that's something pretty difficult to do, I know, as you have already something to build up on, you know, like the original photos. But at the same time, it always takes you to somewhere really unexpected. So it is exciting, stimulating, and sometimes rewarding. So that's why I will always be ready for this kind of ride, for this kind of study. Just please take me somewhere, like anywhere. And this also leads into the final upside of this kind of study, which is fun, which arguably maybe is the most important point of them all. Like, you can learn about the basics all day and night, but if it is not really fun, then you don't really want to do it. Like, at least that's me. I am kinda addicted to having fun, I guess. But it's kinda a trait of modern human beings, you know. Overstimulated. Anyway, for example, the second contestants for this video, yes, plural contestants, which are these little Polaroid photos. I look at them and went, oh, wouldn't it be real fun to put some giant underwater animals on the sky? Because why not? So I did, with a jellyfish and a shark, and I had a blast. So why they didn't make it into the video again? Well, another very sadly, but these babies aren't really the best match with what's going on with my channel right now. Like, really bright and colorful and food. And then bam, giant jellyfish. I don't think people will be the most thrilled to see that kind of switch, which actually is something I'm thinking about a lot these days. And maybe I will make a video about that topic specifically, like art style and that kind of stuff. Anyway, in the meantime, I think I should put these babies on a shot or something, because they deserve to be seen, you know. They look cool, they look fun, I love them. And also, that is not to say that the jester will be the perfect fit for all the cozy food and stuff. It's just that, at least in terms of colors, they are a better fit than all the other contestants we have going on here, you know. So that's why they made the cut. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, I think past me was done with the jester. Let's see their evolution, shall we? So that was the painting over photo studies. What an unattractive name. But so explanatory though, so at least that's good. Anyway, if you enjoy what you are seeing here, here's some way that you can support me. One is watching the video until the end, which if you did, thank you so much. Or you can consider YouTube membership or Ko-fi, which in turn you will get some cute wallpapers for each month. So yeah. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day/night ahead and see you later. Bye bye.